back here with the dogs. I brought my quad. And this is the trail with that big tree. And that spot where I thought I could build a tree fort is in there. I just kind of cut these. Maybe I'll cut that one tree. And we'll just kind of make a trail in here. Actually, it might be better to make the trail over there. And then you just go in there. So I was just gonna end the trail right at that tree, but I just took a walk down there, and there is a trail that my uncle, it's an old logging road, and it's a trail that we do use sometimes. So I think it looks actually pretty simple to make a trail going to that. It's maybe about 50 feet that way. So it's not that far. And then actually I have another trail in the bush that I ended, I didn't finish it. And I'm thinking maybe we can join up with that one too. So I'm gonna clean up this area a bit. We'll get rid of all this brushy stuff with this, what we call the still cutter. I know those things have a different name, but I'll just call it the still cutter. So we'll clean up this area a bit and then we'll keep going with the trail. It didn't take all that long to get in here. So that was a fun trail. And then any trail that was made by my uncle or the farm uses, I'll call it a Nunweiler trail. So this here, we would call it Nunweiler trail because it already existed. And then the trails I make are quad trails. So I will, later on I'll film the entire thing, but I made another trail and I'm gonna see if I can find it and then we can cut up. It goes up a hill and then I wanna see if I can join it. I haven't gotten my new needle valve yet. I didn't order one yet, but just turn that on every time. I think some of the gas we've been using turned a bit stale. So that's why these things have trouble starting. See it? The gas is a bit stale. So I'm gonna film going back on the trail that I made. And that stuff, I don't have really any room to bring it, and it's fine. It can stay there. It doesn't have to come in. Those things, you can leave them in the bush. It's not like well, I don't know. They're fine there. They don't need to come in. That there is the trail that I made. That's gonna go and meet the Nunweiler trail, and then it'll meet my trail over there. And that there is the Nunweiler trail in there. There's a hill on that side and a hill on that side. So we're back here the next day on the trail. And now the trail me and my dad made, I think about 3 years ago, is up there. So I'm gonna plow through here and right around where that big log is. You can see it like right there. And I'm just gonna keep going up there and make another magic quad trail for this classic 98. Good thing you bring extra fuel. I just use these old containers. These are good for they're good for chainsaw fuel. Like because this amount of fuel for a chainsaw would last quite a long time. Because these small engines don't burn very much fuel. So even though it doesn't look like that much, it's quite a bit. You know, a lot of people, when they get a chainsaw, they tend to use old oil in it, but the deal is saying not to, because it'll wear out if you use them a lot, it wears out the chains and the bars a lot faster. So, my uncle's been doing that for probably 40 years. It's an old trick, and he doesn't, he's kind of just left me up to the guy that, me and my mother take the saws in for services, and the people there are kind of complaining on how much, we've gone there, they said like twice now that motor oil is bad for chains. So we just started getting the chain oil, and it does make a difference. The thing runs a lot smoother. And another problem is the chain sometimes just seize up for no reason, and that has not happened. And I really should have brought a chainsaw tool. I don't think I have one, because this is getting kind of loose. One thing I almost forgot to mention is this video that I'm making here, from the time that I post it, it was made about 3 or 4 weeks earlier. Look at that. Push down a whole tree by hand. Or by body. No power tools or no tools. So we're done clearing the last of that trail. Now we can go to the end at McCabe Road and then we'll go drive along the whole trail. Eventually I'm gonna get a way to hold the phone other than with one hand, because the throttle's here and I'm always doing all the steering with this, and I'm starting to feel a bit of a minor pain in that joint sometimes. So couldn't be too good for my joint. So eventually I'll be able to hold this better. Like I'll have it on a helmet or around, like a thing around your neck or on your chest to hold the phone better. That way goes to the farm, that way goes out to another road, and then there's a bunch of roads that go to the highway, and then you can get to town, to Prince George that way. The town Prince George. And that way just goes back to the farm. And this technically is actually a public road, but it doesn't go through, it ends at our farm, and only our neighbors and us use this road, so technically it's a public road, but everybody thinks it's a private road. So I got rid of all that. I'm coming back to get the tools later. I think when they logged it in here, when they were driving skidders around in here 40 years ago, I think the skidder was pulling something and they put the blade down, and then that's why that mark is there. The blade kind of made a little mark there, or something like that. Because that's not a very natural bump. So this is where I started today, and that little trail goes to the Nunweiler logging trail. I think they had the skidder in here, and the skidder made that bump as well. Well, I got it on, but it was pretty limited. Now we can go home. Look at what I have to do to get look at the thing. It's pretty crowded on here. But that's what these machines are good for. They have Now you got lots of room, and I have to get the tripod on there. But, yeah, pretty crowded. Also, my plan is to make a basket for that eventually. Look at the vegetable dog. Look at it, onion skins and cucumber peels. What are you eating? Look, there's no meat in there. She just
Maybe she likes tomato.
tomato
Because
dog.
it's salty. Tomato has a lot of natural salt.
Yeah. Well, she could be hungry for mineral, not necessarily
Yeah.
vegetables.
Pot.
She's scratching. Look at her, she's scratching.
Okay, we're going to feed the compost
Now she's gonna
to
run
the
away.
chickens.